It's day 85 of 100 days of making webcomics. Wow, 15 more days. Not gonna know what to do with myself. Yeah, right. Anyways, so what we have today, this is page 64 of chapter 5. Nearing the end of the chapter now, should be the final couple of pages here. I believe like the final 2 or 3. I need to check my thumbnails because that may mean I need to start thumbnailing immediately. Yeah, I think I do need to start thumbnailing immediately. But in any event, putting in flats to start off the page. This is since this is nearing the end of the chapter, this is one of the final times we'll see Alexis, Raekwon, and Dan together. So the remaining end of the chapter is only going to be Vile after this, who, to be the main villain or one of the main villains of my story, I really don't draw him that often. I need to get into practice because I'm going to be drawing him a lot in the final chapter. But yeah, I haven't really drawn him as much as you would think to be such an important character in this entire story. Yeah, I believe I've drawn Beaumont way more than I've drawn Vile this entire comic. But there's a reason why Vile has sort of been, well, no, I take that back, because pretty much each time you see Vile, you see Beaumont, with a few exceptions. So maybe I have drawn them near the same amounts of time. I don't know. Babbling on about stuff in my comic that I'm not currently working on. And for this to be one of the final times that I draw Raekwon and Dan, I'm proud of myself. I actually remembered to get the fire details in both Raekwon and Dan this time. Though for whatever reason, if I tried to use the fill tool today, it just would select the entire picture. I'm beginning to think when I put those extra lines in is why it does this. So going forward, I think I may want to not do that in some of my pictures, or do it after the fact, figure out some other way so I can make this process a little bit faster. We need to go back and clean some of those lines up on those flames. Okay, just making sure I cleaned that up and erased it. Those ends was looking crazy for a while. Then I got them in on Dan. Yeah, the next chapter is gonna get. Yeah, the next chapter is gonna start to get pretty ridiculous, even for this comic. So, hold on, I have a slight interruption. Okay, sorry about that. I also need to double check to make sure OBS was still working. Anyways, and that right there, can I go back just the hair? Let's see. This, I don't know why this kept happening. For whatever reason, I would hit the fill tool, it would just start selecting. I could only assume it's because everything is close in a shade of brown, that it's just, if I hit the fill tool, it's getting everything even close to that color, but it's never happened before. Maybe I need to change the tolerance on the fill tool, I don't know. But that was crazy, and it just kept happening today for whatever reason. But still, it's just a minor sort of annoyance. It wasn't that big of a deal today. And details of the background in the stage. The stage. I know this is based on fighting games, but it's not an actual fighting game. The environment. Though I'd be lying if I said it would be awesome if somehow this became some type of fighting game. Yeah, that would be a very insane dream of mine. Let's see, just gradients for the background, simple enough. Then moving forward with Alexis. It was weird not using highlights for Alexis in this page. I almost wanted to still do it anyways, but I don't know, there was a part of me that was a stickler for where the light was coming from, so I didn't want to go too crazy with the adding any highlights that really shouldn't be there in the first place because they're not facing the window or anything. Whatever. I just chose not to add it anyways. I have some of those just random moments where one time I'll do something if it doesn't make sense just because I like the way it looks, and then there's other times where it doesn't make sense to me, so I won't at all. Those weird, sick moments of like artist logic that make sense to no one but the person doing it. But I'm sure some of you could understand that crazy sentiment, or maybe you can't. I have no idea. But in any event, and then sort of the eye shading on Alexis. It was sort of quick to the point there. Wasn't really much to this page, being honest, as far as like any crazy effects or anything like that I needed to add it. I needs to add. Wasn't necessary here. I actually thought that because there's so many pages that I felt were very simply done, I had no crazy effects or extra stuff, that I thought maybe I was lacking something in this chapter while I was working on it, until I'm currently uploading some of my buffer pages for Infinite Uppercut now on Tapas and Webtoon, which check it out. Also look at all of my links in the description for Infinite Uppercut. But and going over that and redoing or re-uploading, not even re-uploading, but uploading and reformatting some of these pages, there's quite a bit. Like, I've completely forgot about the fact that even the stuff with Barry and the handgun and all the crazy glowing effects and stuff that I use there, I did a lot in this chapter. Like, this challenge has been a blur. It's insane to me that I got this entire chapter done. Well, yeah, by like Sunday or Monday, this chapter is going to be finished. Maybe even sooner than that. It could be like Saturday. But I pretty much got this entire chapter done in the blink of an eye. Like, this 100 days has gone so freaking fast. And like I say, I'm proud of myself because I actually have been able to, knock on wood so far, get the challenge done and knock out an entire chapter and a half, in a sense, throughout this entire process. And I'm starting on the final chapter. So my ultimate goal of having a story that I wanted to tell, working on it, and actually getting one completed looks like it's gonna come to fruition a hell of a lot faster than I initially thought that it would. And I have simple pages and simple panels like this to really thank for it. Moments where it's not doing nothing but just adding tension or extra meaning and stuff to the story, but it's such a simple panel to just stick in there. It helps out a lot. Like I said, little tricks to sort of speed up the art process here. So the shading and highlights on Alexis and Raekwon, now doing them on Dan. Also simple enough. And now doing the final sort of highlights and shading on Dan. The cleanup inside his neck. I think I might have undid this like 2 or 3 times. One of those weird moments where I'm just not doing anything. Which I think at this point I was messing with the playlist I was listening to while I was working on this, and it just didn't show up on the screen. A lot of fighting game music being played while I was working on this. Alright. And that's that. That is page 67. Like I said, it's only like 2 more pages left and this chapter is over. I have to check and see because I think I added a 3rd page to this chapter, but it was added just to pad the count for print because I didn't want it printing on an off number. It would leave me with the extra page for the book that I would end up having to pay for if it goes into print. Or not if, but when it goes into print. And I need to check and see if that's necessary. I don't think it is, and if it's not, that page is gone, so I pretty much will be finished by either Saturday or Sunday. Will be the last day for this challenge. I can't believe it. Either Saturday or Sunday is going to be the last day for this challenge. It's mind blowing. Oh God, not the challenge. I'm sorry. Don't pay me any mind. The chapter, the last page of the chapter. I still have like what 2 more weeks of this challenge to go. Don't pay me any mind. I still got the challenge going on. The chapter is what I'm sort of marveling at right now. But in any event, that's gonna do it for the day before I start babbling on about some more stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And you all have a good one. And I'm out.